Hey, my babies, and how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you're doing great. Hope everywhere, Marama. Hope everywhere is too. Welcome back, babies. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure your notification bell is steadily on while at it. Also, do not forget to give me a huge thumbs up and then share this video. Thank you. So you guys, you know one thing the bbnaija page and the production has been doing is give us video back to back. That instead browse how this housemate answer some questions, and this particular video right here, the videos we're going to be addressing on how your faith say some things about each other and the way people are reacting about faith. We are about to dissect them one after the other. So this phase was where they were asked about to actually describe the housemate they mentioned to them in one word. The one of Sean says so far the best description he can give is baby. Yo, you guys, wahala. These people can drop this on each other. And Onyeka said the best thing she can describe Tofa with is young. And you needed to see her face. She was literally frowning. She was like young. In my mind, I'm like, okay, are you guys saying this thing that meaning he's a baby, he is young, he's been childish, that's what he's giving. Anyways, Chinwe says Anita is most beautiful, and then with Cassia, they said she's fiery, like she's fiery, like, fire. That is what most people said about Cassia. Like, nobody had something different to say about Cassia, but how she is stubborn, you know. Everybody who was asked, from ranging from Ozzy, Femi, the only person who said a different thing about Cassia was Kelly Ray. And the only thing he said was my word. Do you understand? He was the one. But with Tofa took it personal. Tofa was like, Cassia, she's crazy, she is stubborn, she is this. Yo, Tofa was the one who took it so personal. When I say personal, it's not like he's dragging Cassia. They are actually in a good space. They play with each other. Yeah, so he just said that, like, the person, what he thinks about Cassia. Meanwhile, for Sean, Tofa described Sean as chaotic. Actually, he is. I've always said that about him. I said, you see, Sean, he is chaotic. Sean Onyeka, they are so chaotic. And then for DJ Flo said Sean is a playboy. That one actually got me laughing so hard. But did they actually showcase a playboy on the show? Any which ways, Handy literally got people laughing with this with her reactions. For Chinwe, she said I don't give an F, and I think maybe then they've not settled. Yes, because I feel like when they ask them this question, they've actually not settled, because I know after the reunion they settled. I mean the Wani X Handy and the Chinwe, they settled, and then for Chinwe, many people reacted with trouble, because they know that when it comes to Chinwe, on our poor coach, she always brings fire, So Onyeka said trouble for Chinwe, and then Chinwe, what's the name? There is something Sean said for this guy that got me laughing. For what's the name? Zion. Sean said Zion is confused. Said confused. And then guess Handy's reaction for Zion. Eh. Oh my god, I could not stop laughing. And literally, once the show started, it was they were their godmother and godfather in the house. How things changed real quick, yo. Whichever ways, Victoria is also one person that got so many sweet reactions, just like that of Anita, So they said sweet things about her. For Sean said she's calm. That was what Sean said about Victoria. And then for Suj, there's something Suj said trouble for Victoria, and I paused a bit. Trouble. Is there something we need to know? Because how is Victoria troublesome? You cannot actually put Victoria and trouble in the same sentence, if you ask me. I don't know about you, but in fact, can you guys be sincere? Is Victoria supposed to be placed with trouble? Because to me, it doesn't make sense. Suj, what is going on? Anyway, Ozzy said gracious, that she is gracious. And then Kelly Ray, the winner Ray, says the only thing that comes to his mind whenever he thinks about Victoria is second husband. And of course, you guys know, after Kelly Ray, who owns Cassia, it is Victoria, nobody else. And I actually authorized that. Okay, aside them, nobody else. Which Handy, this for Victoria, Handy reacted in a sweet way. The people Handy reacted well for: Tofa, Victoria, and who again? For Victoria, Handy said my sweet girl. She reacted in a sweet way for Victoria. And then DJ Flo likes Victoria so much. Oh my word. And then DJ Flo said my girl. That was what DJ Flo said about Victoria, and then that was it. And then when it gets to who again? I think it's Suit. Guys, this one got me. What's the name? The other pair of the aces. Tofar said Suj is laid back. Hey, wahala, wahala. Anyways, for Onyeka, Such says Onyeka is loyal. Of course, they are friends, and he thinks his friend is loyal. So for Anita, Anita feels like Onyeka is intelligent. She doesn't even need to feel like I use the word, because she is truly, truly intelligent. That is one trait she has that I love so much. And then for what's the name? Ozzy. I think Ozzy said smart or something, or intelligent, something like that, you know. And then with one, Nation says energy. If you see one X handy and then energy did not come to play in your mind, then forget it. It just means you don't know my Wani war star and handy war star. Yeah. And the energy they transfer, it's like if you like them, if you actually have a good heart, you would actually receive that energy, positive energy, I mean. And then, yeah, Ozzy said legendary for one. And then Nne of the Nne per says fire. That looking at one, the word she would describe her with is fire. And then for what's the called DJ Flo, this is a different person for Ndine Per, the other half, that is the auntie. DJ Flo said, when I look at her, what I can describe her with is auntie. And then the sister, that's the niece, said the best word to describe her with is be calm. This is her sister trying to tell her to be calm indirectly. Honestly, guys, I enjoy these videos from a multi-choice. It's so fun. And then Femi actually described this auntie perfectly for me, because that's how I see her. Femi said, if there is a word as babyish, that is what she is. And honestly, she sounds like a baby. Yes, she does. She sounds like a baby. This lady, the way she sounds, the way she acts, she actually act like a baby. If you can remove the eyes that you're looking at her with, oh, she's big and all of that, or she's auntie, look at her with the other eyes, you would see that she's actually babyish, just like Femi said. And the other one that actually stirred brows is that of Nelly. The reactions there, Kelly Ray says Nelly is strategic. Wahala be like bicycle. And then Handy came up with her what's it called, her reaction again is like, she said, okay. Okay. I mean, guys, these people are not just nice at all. For Onyeka says she's actually sweet drama. So for Onyeka, Nelly is sweet and also dramatic. Sean own got people talking. Sean says Nelly is two-faced. So Sean and Nelly would never solve their rifts, because what is this? She said Nelly is two-faced. Wahala be like bicycle. Who know what transpired that is making Sean say Nelly is two-faced? Because if something did not transpire, why would he say Nelly is two-faced? We need the full gist anyways. And then Sujat says, what comes to mind with Nelly is chef. Guess what Ozzy said about Nelly? Confused. Is there something happening that those people are not telling us? So Kelly Ray says strategic. What's the name? Onyeka says sweet drama. Handy says okay. Anyway, that being said, guys, let's go to the next one. They were also asked who surprised you the most watching the season back. Zion said the people who surprised him the most was the Mbadiwe twins, because when they came into the house, he was feeling that they are going to be, feeling too big, as per, their background and how they are the oldest, but yet it was giving cool elder brother. And then for Suj said the only thing that surprised him after the show was Ben stealing the egg. And I'm like, this Ben and egg again, how come that thing surprised you so much? Is that how much you love egg? Wahala be like bicycle. And then for Tofar of course said is Cassia being married. That one really shocked him, seeing Cassia, that is the double K, that they are married. Honestly speaking, anybody that said that one did not shock them post show, that person is literally lying, because it's so surprising. And then for Sean was like, I think it's Suits and Tofar's age, and I also think it's about the double K marriage, that is what Sean said. And then for Kelly Ray, which is the winner, Ray, this is Alfie, though I can't wait to see the full view. He said that for him, it is how he was able to maintain and sustain so that he can entertain. You get the point? Anyways, this was not his actual words. I am just the one using the word. But what he said is that it was how he was able to hold himself, maintain and stay all true, staying apart with his wife, and they were able to play that game to the end. Yeah, that was the thing that shocked him the most. And then for Wani, she said that nothing literally shocked her. Like, she was actually out, that whenever she comes out, she's bound to expect anything to happen. And then anything that happened afterwards, when she came out, nothing was so new at all for her. It was just there because she was expecting whatever. And then right here, the question was different for Victoria, because Victoria was asked, what moment do you wish the camera didn't catch? That is about her staying in Biggie's house. And then she said, well, she went to that house to be her authentic self. She went to that house to do her regardless. So she is not scared about any parts that the camera would actually catch or not catch. That she was just being Victoria, so that one was not even close to her problem in the house. So whichever moment the camera captured, it is meant to be there, and she is not shying away from any moments that the camera captured. I think that's the part about this video. The next video again was the one they asked them, what would you have done differently in the house? Yes, the question was asked what they would have done differently now that they've come out of the house, they've seen the gameplay. What would you do differently? And for Anita said she is not going to do anything differently, that she went to that house being Anita, coming out, seeing how things played out. If she had gone back to the house, she would still go back to the house being Anita again, that she's not regretting a thing. And over here for Handy said maybe she would have actually been more vocal. Wani was the one who talked more in the house than Handy. So yeah, so when Handy said she would have actually, maybe what she would have done differently is actually, speak more, open up more. And therefore Onyeka said probably I will be fake. I'll just be fake. I know she said the way they drag her post, so she'd be like, wow. She said so that she'll be fake, or maybe probably pretend and act all cool and whatever. Since it's what you people like, that is what she's saying. And then she later said, but the thing is, she cannot pretend and she cannot be fake. She would always be her authentic self, because one thing about being true to yourself is God will always play out in your case. And then she blew out the kiss and said you people should learn from her. That was what she said. And then Topher says the thinking he would have changed about himself, coming out now, is that seeing himself cry on TV, that he is regretting that shit. That his kids are just going to grow up and see him cry on TV, that he is regretting it. And I think the tears was with the sheep thingy, the Tonita sheep. I'm very sure his friend has actually laughed crazy out of his head about that, because I know how friends can be so funny, but now the sheep is actually nowhere to be found. That is why he will be regretting it more. That's why. All right, guys. Now these are some of the reactions. Somebody says, this one just wants to talk because how is Nelly two-faced? Even me too, I want to understand what made Sean say Nelly is two-faced. Because do you know what two-faced mean? You go here, you go here. Enyendeba, inyekwandeba. It means you go to A and say, A, this thing is black. You go to B and say, A say this thing is black. Like that, like that. I hope you guys understand what two-faced is. Yeah. And then people have been reacting over Handi's reaction, the way she said, okay. And then someone says, Madam Metusela, we have heard you. He is young, rich, and famous. This one is for Onyeka, who actually described Topher as young. Whichever ways, guys, this is where I'm dropping it. Which of the description, which of the videos, which of the persons got to you? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll be dropping it here to leave the rest for you all. And please do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.